Well, folks, welcome back to Granbury TV. It's time for another weekly interview that we have with the Fire Marshal. How are you doing?
Doing great. Doing good.
How has the week been?
It's actually been really nice. We keep talking about this time of year has been pretty good for us, where we're able to go back and catch up on some of the work that we have to put off during the other busier times of the year. But overall, it's good. We're starting to see a change in the conditions. Obviously we haven't had any rain in a while, and temperatures have been pretty regularly up there in the high 80s and all that stuff. So a lot of the green that we saw a month ago starting to get a little bit brown out there. Yeah. So with that being said, we're starting to see a few more fires with just controlled burns where they're getting a little bit harder for the people to keep under control. We're starting to see quite a few fires and stuff along the medians, and usually that's when people throwing their cigarettes out, which don't do it. I mean, you got an ashtray in the car, put a Coke can in the car with water in it or something like that. Not only is it illegal, but if it comes down to somebody saw you throw it out and there's a fire there, you're liable for any of the damages. So it's not worth it. And, get the ticket, all that stuff, not worth it. Just put them in an ashtray, put them in a Coke can with some water or something in it, you'll be fine.
So the siren testing, I got an email about that. They're going to be doing that this coming week, right? Monday and Tuesday?
Right, Monday and Tuesday. What it is there's a new requirement, or not new, but it has to be done by January 1st, 2013, that anybody that is using radio frequencies has to go to what they call narrow banding. And basically what it is we're taking away half of the transmission range, and they're hoping to get more radio frequencies out there and install all this other technical stuff. But with that being said, the sirens operate off of radio transmitters.
Right.
So there's a couple different between Somerville, Hood County, and the power plant itself, different places that can activate these through the radios. Well, those radios on those sirens all have to be switched over to this new narrow banding program. And so Comanche Peak has gotten with a vendor to come out, contractor to do the work. It was supposed to be one person doing them, and it was going to take us like 4 or 5 days to get everything done. Now they've actually got 2 vehicles that'll be going out. They're going to do, I believe it's the northwest side and southwest side, which would be Somerville County on Monday, and then the northeast and southeast on Tuesday, and get out there and get these things reprogrammed. And what we need to let everybody know is when they do this, as they get each one reprogrammed, they're going to be doing a test of them to make sure they're working. So you may be hearing some sirens going off. You should be hearing some sirens going off, actually. Yeah. But it's not going to be, 45 seconds or a minute worth of sirens. It's just going to be a couple seconds so they know that it's working, and then they'll test it for all 3 of the sites, the ones that can activate and make sure all 3 are able to communicate with that siren, and then they'll move on to the next one. So, awesome. So Monday and Tuesday, expect that. Also on Monday, one of the things that we do is the noon test, the first Monday of the month, the noon test for the siren. So that'll still take place, which will be all the sirens activated within the 10-mile zone. But in addition to that, you'll also have those individual sirens going off periodically throughout the day.
Cool. So. And then there's a meeting coming up. Is that right? Yeah.
Let's see. It is the 9th, which I think is Wednesday. I get my days all mixed up now. 10 a.m. over at Annex 1. And it's the what they call the LEPC, Local Emergency Planning Committee. And the neat thing about this group is they're part of our county emergency plan. And what they are is they are the businesses and all that stuff. It's Comanche Peak, Crestwood, Quicksilver, DCP Midstream. A lot of these companies that work in the area come in, and we kind of talk about just what's going on in the county. What's things that maybe they're doing. This Comanche Peak siren thing, for example. Crestwood just came in and did a pipeline safety class. So we kind of talk about all those different things as the industry and as the county, so we know what's coming up with them. They know what we're doing, and it's really a great meeting. It's open to the public. If the public, and that's one of the things we're trying to get more public involved, because I'm sure if you came to one of the meetings, you might have a question for Comanche Peak or for one of the gas providers or pipeline companies. So the meeting is open to the public, and like I said, it's the 9th at 10 a.m. and it'll be at Hood County Annex 1, which is right there at Pearl Street and Deputy Larry Miller Drive. And open to the public. Feel free to come. Usually we got coffee. We don't, usually no donuts or food, but we usually got coffee or something going on there. So
cool.
And it's really good. It opens up the dialogue between everybody.
Yeah. So is there anything else going on, or is the sirens and then the meeting obviously the big thing right now?
Those are the big things. We have a long project that we're working on with the power plant, and we're updating the evacuation time estimates. And what happened is because of the new census data and all that stuff, we've got to go back and reevaluate everything and all that. So that's a very extensive project that we're working on. And not only do we factor in the increase in population, but we go back and reevaluate any businesses with over 50 employees, the daycares, the schools, all that stuff all play a factor into it. And it's hopefully, I think by late June, we should have some good numbers that the company that Comanche Peak contracts with should be able to start planning everything and then have it finished by the end of the year. So
awesome.
It's just that one's one of those ones of pulling numbers from everywhere and trying to get an accurate count and all that stuff is kind of difficult. Other than that, nothing. It's all like we talked about the last couple of weeks. It's this is the time where we get to play catch up on a lot of things.
Right. So. Yeah. Well, going into the summer and into obviously the hotter months, do you think that we are going to definitely do you think we're going to get back on a burn ban? Do you think we're going to get more rain? What are your predictions, I guess?
Predictions are this is Texas and the weather's going to change. It is, we're going to be in a burn ban at some point during the summer. I mean, we are every year. It's just depends on how long.
Right.
Last year we went into, by this time last year, we were in a burn ban. The year before that, we didn't go into one until like July 8th. So I'm kind of, with what I'm seeing and talking to the National Weather Service and Texas Forestry and what we're seeing, we were really hopeful that we were going to be able to hold off until that July date. But as I said earlier, we're starting to see things already starting to brown up because we're in a great pattern there for a while and everything's greening up and we're getting plenty of rain. But it's almost that it came too early. We needed it to start happening, a month later to get us going. So we'll, it's really going to depend on what rain we get. If we get rain between now and, for the month of May, we get some rain, then that should be able to push us back into July. But if we keep on the pattern we've been on the last few weeks, where no rain and all stuff, start moving it this direction. So, we're hopeful. We're hopeful. It's
definitely. You never know. Like you said, it's Texas.
And it's been humid out there, and the clouds have been out there, and all that stuff. We just haven't gotten the rain out of them. So we'll see. I can guarantee that somewhere near the 4th of July we'll be in a burn ban. It's just going to, and we try to factor in the risk before. Is it really that high risk? We need to get it in before, or can we do it after the 4th of July? And, it's really just going to depend on what happens with the rain this month. Yeah, definitely. So, well, cool. Well, definitely thank you for coming by and telling us everything that's going on. And and real quick, sirens that I forgot. Right. If for some reason there is some severe weather or something coming in and all that, they won't do the siren test this Monday and Tuesday. They'll push it back a week and do it the following Monday, Tuesday. So if for whatever reason, hopefully, I would like it if it was postponed a week just for some fact that means we're getting rain. Right, yeah. We'll see. Cool. Well, thank you for coming in, and hopefully we get rain, but at the same time, I hope the sirens get done. And we'll see you next week. See you next week.